Today, we're going to help your website reach more people in more languages automatically. Do you have a Hostinger website and want to make it available in multiple languages? Because if you do, you're in exactly the right place. Here's the thing. The internet is global, right? But if your website is only in one language, you're basically shutting the door on a huge chunk of potential visitors. We're talking about people who could be your customers, your readers, your audience. They're out there, but they can't read your content. And I get it. The old school solution was to hire a translator, manually copy everything into a new version of the site, and then somehow keep both versions updated every time you made a change. That is a nightmare. Nobody has time for that. So today, I'm going to show you how to do this automatically, using a tool called Linguise. Linguise is an AI-powered automatic translation service that connects directly to your Hostinger website. And here's what makes it cool. Number one, it supports over 85 languages: German, French, Spanish, Japanese, Arabic, you name it. Number two, it does not touch your website speed, your design, or your functionality. Everything stays exactly the same, just in a new language. Number three, it's genuinely easy to use. We're talking a few minutes, not a few days. And number four, if the automatic translation isn't perfect in some spots, you can fine-tune it manually, right from the front end of your site. Okay, I think that's enough build-up. Let's jump in and see how to set this up on your Hostinger website. Alright, so first things first. You're going to need a Linguise account. If you don't have one yet, I've dropped the link in the description below. There's actually a 1-month free trial, no credit card needed, so you can test everything out before you commit to anything. Once you're logged in, this is your Linguise dashboard. This is where everything lives. And what you're looking at right now is the domain list, basically a list of all the websites you've connected to Linguise. Since we're starting fresh, it's going to be empty. So let's add your Hostinger website. Click the button to add a new domain, and then paste in your Hostinger website URL. Make sure this is the exact URL, no typos, no missing slashes, because if it's off, the setup won't work correctly. Next up, you need to tell Linguise what kind of website this is. Go ahead and select Hostinger, or if your Hostinger site runs on a PHP-based CMS, you can pick that option. Either way, Linguise knows how to handle it. Now set your base language. This is the original language your website is currently in. For most people, that's going to be English, but set it to whatever your site's native language actually is. And then, this is the fun part, pick your target languages. These are the languages you want your site translated into. So maybe you want German, French, and Spanish. Maybe you want 10 languages. You can literally choose as many as you want. Linguise supports unlimited languages per plan. Think about your audience here. If you're running an e-commerce store and you know you're getting traffic from Germany and Japan, just add those languages. Every language you add is another door into your website. Okay, now there are two options here I really want you to pay attention to: URL translation and dynamic content translation. URL translation means that when someone visits your French version, the URL in their browser actually shows something like /fr/your page, not just the English URL with the content swapped. This matters for SEO because search engines use those URLs to understand your site's multilingual structure. So yes, turn this on. Dynamic content translation covers things like pop-ups, forms, content that loads after the page, basically anything that's not just static text. You can choose yes to turn it on and no to turn it off. It's up to you. But right now, I choose no because I don't need it yet. Now it's finished. You can click Next Step to do DNS setup. You are in DNS setup. You can click Connect your DNS automatically, then click Continue, wait for Linguise to analyze. This only takes a moment. Click Authorize with Cloudflare. Click Authorize again, wait a moment, and it's done. Don't panic. Linguise handles most of this automatically. You might just need to wait a few minutes for it to propagate. And then boom. Before you use this website, make sure you have integrated this code in Hostinger by copying and pasting this code in Hostinger so that the Linguise app can appear on your website. To do this, you can copy this code, then go to the Hostinger dashboard, then look at the website you registered in Linguise and click Edit Website or click Website menu. Find the website you registered in Linguise, click Edit Website, Then look at the website builder menu and click the three-dot symbol or more. Select integrations and click again. Then select custom code and paste the code you got from Linguise here. Click save. And finally click update website and wait until it is finished. Your Hostinger site is connected and ready to go multilingual. Now let's look at what your visitors actually see. Once the setup is done, Linguise automatically adds a language switcher to your website. You don't have to build it, you don't have to style it from scratch. It just shows up. And you can customize where it sits on the page and what it looks like. Flags, text, drop-down style, whatever fits your design. Super flexible. But here's the part I love to show people. Watch this. I'm going to click French right here on the switcher. Done. The entire website just switched to French. Instantly. No page reload delay, no broken layout, no missing images. Everything is exactly where it was, just in French. And if you look up at the URL bar, it's updated too, because we turned on URL translation. And here's what's beautiful about this. There's no duplicate website sitting somewhere in a folder. Linguise translates the content dynamically. You maintain one website, and Linguise handles every language version automatically. Okay, so Linguise's AI does a really solid job with translation. We're talking neural AI models used by some of the biggest companies in the world. But look, sometimes you want to tweak things. Maybe the AI picked a word that's technically correct but doesn't match your brand tone. Maybe there's a phrase you want to say a specific way. That's totally fine, and that's what the live editor is for. From your dashboard, you can open the live editor for any of your languages. It loads your actual website and gives you 3 different modes. The first one is edition mode. This is your main editing mode. You just hover over any text on the page, click it, and type your correction. That's it. You're editing the translation directly on the live front end of the site. No digging through code, no databases, no hunting for where the text lives. The second mode is navigation mode. This is basically a read-only preview. You click around your site without accidentally triggering edits. Useful for reviewing how everything looks before you publish changes. And the third mode is metadata translation mode. This one is huge for SEO. Your page titles, meta descriptions, image alt text, all the behind-the-scenes stuff that search engines read, you can translate and edit all of that right here too. So you get the speed of automatic translation plus the control of manual editing. That's a really powerful combination. Now let's talk about managing translations at scale. Because the live editor is great for one-off tweaks, but what if you need to update something that appears in 50 places across your site? That's where the translation tool comes in. This gives you a centralized list of every word, phrase, and sentence that Linguise has translated on your site. Think of it like a searchable database of all your translated content. Each entry shows you 3 things: the original text, what Linguise automatically translated it to, and a field where you can put your own manual version. So you don't have to go page by page hunting for something. Just search for it here, fix it once, and it updates everywhere. This is a huge time saver, especially for larger sites where the same phrase might show up in headers, footers, CTAs, and product descriptions all at once. And then there are translation rules. This is honestly one of my favorite features. Let's say you have a brand name that should never be translated, or a specific technical term that you always want to appear a certain way in German. Instead of manually fixing it every time it shows up, you create a rule. One rule, applied globally, forever. You can also use rules to exclude certain content from being translated at all, like URLs, product codes, or anything that should stay in the original language. And the smart thing is, you can set these rules up before you even run the translation. So, Linguise knows the rules from the start and applies them automatically. You're basically training it to handle your content the way you want. Alright, let me just do a quick summary of the major things Linguise brings to the table, especially for SEO because this is where a lot of translation plugins fall short. So, 85 plus languages, unlimited translations, works great for e-commerce stores, blogs, service businesses, content-heavy sites, whatever you're running on Hostinger. On the SEO side, Linguise handles metadata translation, so your titles and descriptions get translated. It handles URL translation, so Google sees proper multilingual page paths. It generates translated sitemaps automatically, and it adds the correct reflang tags, which are the technical signals that tell search engines, hey, this is the French version of this page. All of that happens automatically. you don't have to configure any of it manually. And that's the stuff that actually gets your multilingual pages ranking in other countries. Not just translated content, but properly structured multilingual SEO. Now let me quickly touch on pricing so you know what you're looking at. Linguise offers a few different monthly plans depending on your website size. The start plan is $15 a month and covers up to 200,000 translated words. The Pro plan is $25 a month and gives you 600,000 words, and if you pay yearly, you basically get 2 months free, so that's the better deal if you're planning to stick with it long term. But honestly, start with the free trial. 1 full month, no credit card, 600,000 words to play with. You'll know pretty quickly if it works for your site. Okay, so that's how you set up automatic translation on your Hostinger website using Linguise. And honestly, once it's set up, it just runs. You don't have to babysit it. Your site is live in 85 languages, your SEO is covered, and if you ever want to tweak something, the live editor and translation tools are right there. If you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button, and if you have questions, drop them in the comments below. All the links you need, Linguise sign up, the free trial, they're in the description. Go check it out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.